ICT. It's an abbreviation for Information and Communications Technology, which, unless you're a little behind the times, you've probably heard plenty of times before. As the name implies, ICT is all about using technology for the creation and communication of information. Now you might be thinking, so what? That sounds awfully boring, but just you wait. The really exciting part is just how we can use this technology. In this video specifically, how it can be used in preparing the minds of the future generations. By that, of course, I mean teaching. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Relatively speaking, it wasn't long ago that we entered the 21st century, and I think it's safe to say that we'll be sticking around for quite a while longer. With this new digital age comes a vast array of technologies that for some of us might seem a little bit overwhelming. That's the beauty of a course like 1251 EDN, Understanding ICT for Teaching. As a teacher in training, the 1251 EDN course has opened my eyes to the multitude of ways ICT can be used to enhance student learning. This video we're watching right now is a summary of my learning. Now ICT isn't some brand new thing, it's been around for decades. Though in the past, the most creative ways of using it have only been easily accessible by experts and tech-savvy people with advanced and expensive software. But those days are no more. Today we have the Web 2.0. That's a fancy name for an interactive internet. The commonplace use of interactive web pages and digital communities has brought us a number of online services that can bring a new dimension into the classroom. Chances are, most of you use at least one kind of social networking, be it Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. Just kidding, nobody uses MySpace. Think these kind of things couldn't possibly play a part in an educational setting? Think again. Edmodo is a networking website like Facebook, but with a number of features that make it tailored for use in education. It allows students to communicate with their classmates, teachers, and vice versa. It also includes features for teachers to link external online materials, set activities for their class, and provides a way for students to submit work online. Blogging tools like EduBlogs can serve a similar purpose with a little bit more customizability for a personalized touch. Social networking sites can also work wonders for teachers. Pinterest, Scoopit, and other social bookmarking or digital curation sites provide a way for teachers to connect and share online resources to help make everyone's life easier. These sites allow you to organize your favorite links onto pages and share them with others. Many educators are also using Twitter in a similar way to quickly share or find resources, as well as keep up to date with the latest teaching techniques and ideas by following other educators. Although by far, the best way to use all of the interactive web apps out there is by putting them into the hands of the students themselves. Students can easily demonstrate their knowledge in creative and engaging ways with sites like Glogster and Prezi. Glogster allows students to easily create dynamic, interactive, multimedia-based digital posters, while Prezi will have students creating engaging multimedia presentations with ease. As most of you are already aware, it's not all fun and games when it comes to the internet. The World Wide Web is a tool, and like all tools, they can be used responsibly or irresponsibly. As educators, it's our responsibility to promote the responsible and safe use of the web, and the Australian Government CyberSmart program is there to help. The website provides teachers with an online professional development course, as well as fantastic resources to use in the classroom to teach students about cyber safety. But there's more to using ICT in education than just what you can find online. Plenty of ordinary, commonplace software that most of us take for granted can also be used to engage students in fresh and exciting ways. Take Microsoft's PowerPoint software for instance. The same program used to make the presentations that accompany all those boring lectures you might have sat through can also be used to breathe new life into literature. I'm talking about what are known as digital stories. Having trouble getting your students to engage in writing boring, linear narratives? Get them onto a computer and they can easily craft their very own dynamic, choose-your-own-adventure stories. So we've looked at some ways ICT can be used in the classroom, but it doesn't end there. It's time to answer one simple question. Why? When you think teaching, what comes to mind? Something like this? Well, that makes sense. It's the way the majority of you were taught. But you know what? Those ye olde teaching methods of yore doth not cut it anymore. Well, that's more or less what Greg Whitby seems to think. You can trust him. He's a highly respected Australian educator. I mean, the guy even has his own Wikipedia page. Whitby is a leading advocate of moving away from the old ways of teaching and fully embracing the potential of ICT in the classroom. Whitby argues that the pedagogy we need to be employing into the 21st century is one that has students at the center, not teachers. With the current technology and access to the World Wide Web, students have everything they need to find information themselves and turn that acquired knowledge into creation. What the teachers need to be doing is facilitating this student-centric learning, which is led by ICT. And it's not like it's just a few people thinking this way. The people upstairs in charge of the Australian curriculum, ACARA, recognise the fast pace of technological advancements in our day and age. In fact, they thought ICT was so important that they gave it its own section under their outlined general capabilities. These general capabilities are a carefully thought out list of skills that students should be taught in school so that they can flourish into adults who contribute to our 21st century society. One of ICT's great strengths is the possibility of seamless integration of project-based learning. The idea behind project-based learning is simple. No one has a job where they sit down taking tests all day, but plenty of people have jobs in which they collaborate in the creation of projects. Project-based learning aims to put students in the front seat of project development, where they will learn real-world problem-solving skills that they could never learn reading a textbook. Now, there are a couple of theories out there that try to explain how we should be teaching using technology. Over the decades, a number of teachers have worked at perfecting the TPACK model. TPACK stands for Technology, Pedagogy, and Content Knowledge. In the TPACK model, the ideal teaching method is informed by teacher knowledge of content, pedagogy, as well as technology. To implement the TPACK model into your teaching practices, you have to consider the content you're teaching, what strategies and methods you utilize to teach the content, as well as what technology you will use in order to provide said content in the most effective way. The next theoretical model, SAMA, is all about the way in which we use ICT to develop and create new practices as well as enhancing ones we already partake in. SAMA outlines 4 different ways in which ICT can be used for teaching, ordered from most to least impactful. Within the transformation category, we have the process of redefinition, in which we get tasks that are made only possible through the use of technology, and modification, which allows us to heavily modify existing tasks by incorporating ICT into them. Within the enhancement category, we have augmentation, in which we use technology to replace a tool that provides new functionality, and substitution, in which the technology that replaces the old tool doesn't provide anything new. A teaching method that educators worldwide are experimenting with is the flipped classrooms method. This method seeks to radically redefine the job of the educator. Instead of the teachers providing students with the content knowledge during a lesson and then assigning work for them to complete at home, the initial learning stage is completed by students at home by accessing videos or other learning media hosted on the World Wide Web. This way, students are able to learn at their own pace without the fear of missing anything important that they might miss during a classroom lesson. The students then come out of the class, brains full to the brim with knowledge, which they use to complete activities in class under the guidance of their teacher. To conclude, I'll leave you with this thought. The use of ICT in education is a babe in a cot, and it's our job as educators to nurture it.